Now I'd like to turn to Rob Buelow, who is the program director with ASU, AZNext, and one of the partners in NextGen IT that makes all this come together. Good afternoon, Rob.
Hi, Doug. Thanks for having us in.
Absolutely, Rob. How did AZNext start? And what are some of the goals of the program? I mean, you're just a very integral part of this next gen IT process.
Well, what AZNext is AZNext is the Arizona Workforce Training Accelerator Partnership for Next Generation Jobs. And we are a U.S. Department of Labor grant funded program here at ASU. And our goal is to develop a homegrown workforce training infrastructure to meet the challenges of all the growth in the industries of IT, cybersecurity, and manufacturing that's happening here in the state and really across the entire country. And we do that by talking to companies and asking them what they're looking for in their workforce, what skills are needed now. We then use the resources we have here at ASU to develop training programs to deliver those skills, recruit people to take those programs, and then work with those folks and our industry partners to get them into good paying jobs. That's really our goal at AZNext. We want to train over 3,000 people in these high-tech skills and work to get as many of them as possible into good paying jobs. And I do want to point out that AZNext is not just an ASU program. We focus on those folks who maybe don't have the resources for pursuing a 4-year degree, as well as people who are looking to upskill to enhance their current career or reskill to go into a new one. Really, anybody who's 17 years of age or older and has a high school degree or a GED can apply for AZNext.
Now, how many people have gone through the program, the AZNext program already over the last, what, has it been 3 years?
It's been 3 years since we received our first grant, and so far we have over 1,300 people who have either gone through or currently in training throughout about our dozen different programs.
Gotcha. And why do you, what would be the one thing that you would say that why it's been such a success?
Well, there's a lot of reasons for the success of the programs, but specifically when we talk about the Next Gen IT program, I think the flexibility of the program is really incredible. We can custom design training for individual companies. Also, one thing about AZNext is all of our programs include real world skills. We invite our industry partners to be part of our training to really tell the participants what the skills they're learning look like in the real world. And also, really importantly, all of our programs include some sort of soft skills training, communications, teamwork, emotional intelligence. The technology skills are great and they need them, but you need to know how to use them in a company environment effectively. And that's one of our goals at AZNext.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the best parts is that when we talk with a client, we get the specifics of what they need, and that curriculum, kind of like Casey said, isn't general like boot camps can be. It's very specific to the deliverables of that client for that project specifically, and then we can bring them back if another different project comes up. I just think that's one of the coolest things.
Absolutely. And again, it's a big selling point of the program overall.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Rob. Anything else you'd like to add before we move on to the next guest?
I just really want to talk a little bit about, how we got involved with the Next Gen IT program. And, I met Dan Jones of Techletics really soon after I started with the grant back in 2021. And, his goals of getting non-traditional IT types into IT work positions really fit in perfectly with the goals of AZNext, which is not only, getting people into good jobs, but focusing on increasing the diversity of the workforce. One of the primary tenets of AZNext is we target underrepresented communities, women, minorities, veterans, all in keeping with ASU's charter of improving the conditions of the communities that we live in. So when we began our discussions with Dan and Techletics on how we can use the resources of AZNext and ASU to complement his model, this really led to the next gen IT training model as we see it today, which again offers that incredibly flexible training, all the resources we have here at ASU to create that training, and then that real cost savings to companies because we can leverage our grant funds to help out. And I think really most importantly is that employers get, really highly motivated and well-trained employees because most of our participants really see our program as an opportunity to change their lives. So again, you're going to get somebody who's not only well-trained, but also somebody who's highly motivated to succeed.